Hey everybody, it's Eric and I'm here to talk about a fun watch. I know it sounds silly, but it's not. It really is a fun watch and it brings a smile to my face. A lot of watches don't do that for me. If I look at watches like Breguet or Blancpain or Rolex, do I admire them? Sure. Do I like their workmanship? Absolutely. But does it bring a smile to my face? No, it doesn't. And Zodiac does. This watch, the Lime GMT does, as well as many of their other watches. And in fact, they have authenticity behind them. So they were one of the first dive watches ever made in 1953. Within weeks or months of each other, it was Rolex, it was Zodiac, and it was Blancpain that launched dive watches. And the crazy thing is that Zodiac was the one that took market share for some time, I think up to 75%. The thing you don't want to know are the prices, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The Rolex was $150 in 1953, the Zodiac was $100, and the Blancpain was $80. And yes, I too would go back in time and buy a shitload of them if I could. The thing about this brand is it's not gimmicky, it's real. A lot of the colors that they use, the design aspects of it are authentic, and a lot of watches now are not, they're gimmicky. They're either made to time something or look like something else. This is not that. This has authenticity behind it, and I love that about this brand. I've owned 3 of them, and this is my first review I'm doing, so let's get to it right now. Thanks. Okay, so here we are. This watch is really cool. It's just a really cool watch. I love that it's got the matte white background. I owned the Topper edition, which was the Pepsi, and it had a kind of a silver background, like a sunray finish. I like that, but I like this more. It just seems to make that lime color pop more. So it has a bi-directional bezel, which I absolutely love. And also I love that it still remains a dive watch because it has the pip. So it's a 200-meter diver. It's still a dive watch. You know, there's a long story about how this was something else and now it's part of the Sea Wolf line, but I won't go into that. But it's a beautiful watch. In the past, to me, these were a bit delicate. And this doesn't feel that way any longer. I am partial to Soprod, so I know they have the STP movements in them now. So this one was probably one of the last ones with the Soprod C125, which I prefer. The only reason why is because I prefer something that's tried and tested. And then something happened at a show a few years ago, and I'll just tell you. I was talking to someone at Zodiac and I said to them, well, your Super Sea diver or something that they came out with, their professional diver, I said, why are you using a Solita in it? And he said that they're having some challenges with the STP. So for me, that didn't sit well, and I'm telling you that, but that was years ago, so they may certainly have worked it out. I hope they have. But this one does have the Soprod C125. I have that movement in a number of watches and I have used it and I've never had a problem. I've actually never had a problem with any of my watches for their movements. So either I'm lucky or a lot of people are unlucky. But this is a 40-millimeter case. It's around 13 thick. As I said, bi-directional bezel. Doesn't have a really oversized crown, but I don't mind. It has brushing, but very different brushing. As you can see, it has that vertical brushing. I think it's kind of cool. It's very different looking. So it's just a really cool watch. And the bracelet is really nice. I love the polished center link, and I love that it's got weight to it. You know, it's perceived value. That's what we call it, right? When a watch has weight or a product has weight in marketing, it's called perceived value. So this feels like a better value to me than something wood lighter. I think that's a challenge with titanium watches, that they're so light. People pick them up and they're like, oh, this isn't a great watch. But they are. They really are. So this watch I absolutely love. I think it's great. Let me put it on. And then I'm going to tell you something about this watch, something else. So it's a really cool watch. I mean, I'm a 7-inch wrist, so it's perfect for me. The 40 millimeters or 39 are my sweet spot for sure. So it's a beautiful watch. Now, one challenge I'll tell you about with this watch, and I can't believe I have to tell you this, I can't believe they didn't fix it, is this clasp. But I know it's been shared before. But to pick this up, sometimes, honestly, somebody complained and I thought, oh, come on, how hard could it be? And that their nail bed started hurting. Mine does. I went to 3 or 4 times and my nail bed hurt the next day. So it's really takes a lot of force. Perhaps it loosens up. I don't know. But it's cool looking. And I like that they fill that cap with the logo. I love all that. But hey, I can't get it off easily. So that's kind of a big deal to me. So I hope that it loosens up, or I certainly hope that they change it. Now, there's another thing to mention for me is that I absolutely love their Jubilee style bracelet. It's lighter, so it doesn't have this effect of being heavier. It's a lighter bracelet, but I love it because it's highly tapered, and at the end of the Jubilee, it has springs on both sides, so it comes out. This does not. I'm just a Jubilee fan for it. It's $295 though. So the watch is what, $17.95. You can get them on sale, sure, or you could buy them used on the secondary market, but it's $17.95. If I wanted to get the other bracelet, it would be $295. I could probably sell this one. So it does have that quick change aspect of it. So you can change it out real quickly if you want. You can put it on a NATO. So it's a 200-meter diver that gets a lot of attention. And I think when I've worn my Zodiac watches, people always ask about them. They're just really cool looking watches. And as I said, they're fun. They put a smile on my face, and not a lot of watches do that for me. So let me take a lume shot and we'll take a look and see what that's like. So it's a Zodiac, it's not Seiko, right? But it does have a pretty good lume. It's not great. I would say probably a 4 or 5 out of 10, but it does have lume, you know, and I know you could dive with it. That wouldn't be a problem. So let me put the light back on. And the other thing I want to do is, let's see what it looks like on a time grapher. So we've got around +1 to +2 seconds a day for this movement. I've had a lot of good experiences with Soprod. It's at +1, +2, and that's kind of what it is for me. So they're pretty much within COSC, so that's fantastic. So there you go. What a great watch. It's a watch with real heritage. It's not made up, you know. There's so many of those watches, as I mentioned before, that are gimmicky, you know. There's so many gimmicky watches made to time something or look like something else. This isn't that. This has authenticity on its side, and I love that. So obviously they introduce new products too in new colors, but you know, the design aspect of it is very similar or the same as in the past. I love that about Zodiac. The thing that I felt about Zodiac is I felt as though they're a little delicate in the past, and I'm feeling less and less like that now. They have some weight, and I think they're sturdier than they were. So that's my feelings on it anyway. I love the watch, and thanks so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Shoo-ba-doo-doo-doo-dun-dun.